Hello and welcome everybody. What a treat especial I have for you today. I'd like you to see here that I have two curves, and today I'd like to discuss how to create an implicit loft between these two curves. If you've ever tried to do it with a loft feature and making it thin-walled with implicits, you see it doesn't usually work as well as it does in CAD. It does if you have something quite close. You can kind of get it to work, but it doesn't really create the kind of proper continuous shape you'd expect by lofting a surface in a traditional CAD system. And the challenge here is that we're not working with a closed profile where you can sort of get it to work if everything aligns properly, or you have a well-implemented loft feature. You can have a lot of continuity issues if the topology isn't situated over top of the geometry properly, if you know what I mean. But here with implicits, we can probably try something a little bit better. And let me just turn on so we can see it more clearly. Some visualization, just thicken up those curves a little bit so you'll see them on the loft feature. And here, an actual loft between these curves. Because it's a true implicit and it's partitioning space, it goes ahead and extends off into infinity nicely in all directions. And here we'll just bend this arc around a little bit, and you can see as we move it, our lofted surface nicely updates. It behaves like a ruled surface. You can use the I've extended it here, it's not quite ruled, but if we do the old eyeball down the curve to see if it's got zero curvature so it's ruled trick, you can see that's proof that this is in fact a ruled surface that's been lofted here. So here's the behavior between a line and an arc. Let's take a look at two lines so we can do some easier 3D manipulations and get a better feel for the structure of this particular feature. So we'll replace the bottom curve here with a straight one. And you can see we have a beautiful loft. Let's move this around a little bit. We'll take this bottom curve and just move some of these endpoints. So we can move them here in 2D. We can see that the thing will update in real time. It's a little more real time with the line here than it is with the arc. We can move it in 3D. It's a true loft, and you'll see it's not just using these line segments. It's using the whole line. It's using the line segments. And kind of beautiful how we can move it so freely and just get a nice, lovely ruled surface that has some sort of geometry changes here as it moves off towards infinity, but even with those discontinuities, everything seems just fine. So that's a little example of the power, but what happens when we try to do something kind of crazy? You know, implicits are known for being able to handle big topology changes. Let's go in and replace this bottom curve with something of different topology. We'll come up with a closed circle. Not a disk, but the distance to the closed circle geometry. Where's my circle here? Alright, so we'll put the circle distance field here as our bottom curve. And you can see that we have something very special here. What on earth is this? It's respected our line up here. If we move this around, what happens? You can see it does become discontinuous if we move it too far. But otherwise it seems pretty well behaved. And then with the circle itself, we can change the diameter. You can see here we get this beautiful updating shape that still maintains lovely continuity. We can move the center of the circle around if we choose to reposition it. Look at that. So it's trying to do the right thing and create smooth connected surfaces when it can, but otherwise is using the fields to guide a true surface kind of loft that shares all the good qualities of implicits, like being completely extendable and being extremely robust to topology changes, while also supporting the benefits of a surface loft that you get really great continuity where you want it between easy to draw 2D or 3D curves. Thank you for your interest, and happy April Fools.